Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen. Hey, folks, it's nasty out there, just like a Democrat's personality, so you might have to hang around the house this morning. Hey, and, hey, thoughts and prayers out to those married men who've been telling their wives, hey, I'll get to it when I have time.
Boy, do they have a honey-do list. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. On your mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on your mobile device just wanting an audio stream, that's easy too. Fire up any streaming service like TuneIn, iTunes, or Streamer. They're all free and available at your app store. And put WEEB into the search. And we'll appear at the top of your results. You'll see our logo. Let's see. If you're on our website, it's talk973.com. There's an icon in the upper right-hand corner of every webpage that says, on the air, listen live. Click that once and you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area is going to be partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms, the line of which are moving through our area right now. It should be over about 8:08. And the total rain that follows with it on the backside will dissipate about 8:40 this morning. But later today, look for a high of 84. Then tonight, clear skies, cooler temperatures, a low of 50. Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 60. Friday night, clear and 39. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 66. Sunday, 80% chance of showers, cloudy and 68, so that's a wash. Mostly cloudy with showers Sunday night, 61, and Monday, partly cloudy, showers likely, high of 79. Sun returns on Tuesday. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are at 9, north-northwest at 9, gusting to 20, visibility 10 miles. Pressure's 29.66, dew point 56, humidity 84%. And it's cloudy at 61 degrees with some thunderstorms here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. You know, I think yesterday I heard the biggest idiot I have ever heard in my life. And he had credentials.
Oh, well, got to have credentials.
Yeah, he was on MSNBC. And with some doctor's hat at some university or something that says, well, of course, this always comes from people who got a guaranteed paycheck coming in. Mm-hmm. He doesn't mind heaping all the punishment on us, those that have to work for a living. But he said that people should stay at home until there's a vaccine out there. I know it's not what you want to hear, but the vaccine will be here in 15 to 18 months.
Right. Yeah. Stay at home for 15 to 18 months.
There wouldn't be a country to come back to. There'd be so much anarchy out there and people breaking in your back door to steal your food, everything. Yeah. It'll just be you won't be able to have enough policemen to stop it.
Hence the Second Amendment.
You're right. Exactly right. The Second Amendment's written that way for potential problems like that.
When seconds count, police are 5 minutes away.
That's right. And in your house, you're at gunpoint. It'd be nice to have that little concealed carry permit with you.
Well, you don't need one.
You don't need it in your own house, yeah. But you tend to have it on you if you carry one. Let's see. Another thing. You know, our Gilmead came out with this help to the care package, care legislation. It's supposedly got 3 types of loans to help small businesses. The problem is they didn't roll out any details to it or the final details until 3 hours before they released it last Friday. So that's the first real glimpse the banks get at it. They got preliminary notes on it, but no final version of how it gets done.
Right.
And there are two ways for things to get done, but yeah, they make it complicated, and I've been trying to figure it out myself, but I think I have it figured out. But remember, I am not giving you financial advice here. I'm not suggesting anything that you do, but you can take this for what it's worth. They have the $10,000 loan that they give you to small businesses that as long as you've been in business for a while and were in business when this thing started, you can get $10,000 up to a $10,000 loan. That's the key word, up to. Now, how do you get up to? Well, if you put in, your payroll's this you got let's say 5 employees, and your payroll's this. Well, the way they do it is they say, all right, 10 potential $1,000, but you only get $1,000 per employee. So if you got 5 employees, now you're only getting $5,000.
Right.
On the good side, you don't have to pay it back. But you got to be a viable, ongoing entity to get it. If you get it. I know a lot of people have applied for it. I have yet to meet anyone that has gotten one.
Yeah, Clark Howard was talking about that a little bit this morning, and yeah, apparently it's going to be some weeks before all those things get approved or walked through or whatever. And he was talking about the big banks. Apparently, the 4 major banks are really, being butt heads about processing all this stuff. They just don't want to deal with it.
One of the things was that one of my bankers told me, he said that one of the problems was it's a 5% loan or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't get all the details.
And he says now they dropped it to 0.5%. He says it cost us 1.5% to process it.
Right.
So not much incentive there.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get. Like I said, yet see anyone get one. I know a lot of people who have applied. Then there are the other 2 loans. You have the Payroll Protection Act, which allows you to get 2.5 times your payroll. And you fill out an application, but you have to get the application through your bank.
Right.
The banks aren't set up to take them yet. That's why when you go to your bank's website, they just bump you to the Small Business Administration's website, and you can't get an application there either. And then there's a third place that you can get there's the third program. It's the Bridge Loan Program. That is where you apply for a rapid business loan. I think it's at 3 3/4%. And they will front you 25% of it as a bridge loan. Now the requirements are down for it. They're not non-existent. They're real requirements that you have to meet, and it's based a lot on credit score. Mm-hmm. And you get the loan, and they give you the bridge loan, and the bulk of the loan comes later. So if you got a $100,000 loan, they give you $25,000 bridge, and at the end you get the rest of the $75,000 if to complete the whole loan. But you have to pay that back, unless you just get the bridge loan and then you don't get the rest of the loan. They will forgive the bridge loan, possibly, or parts of it. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, then the question becomes, how do you apply? You say, my bank's not ready. And good luck getting a banker on the line, because they're swamped. Until they're ready to take applications, you're not getting it. Except, I found the way yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. Some lenders have said they will work with new customers. They include, because you got to go through a bank.
Right.
There's one called Ready Capital. and their website is ppp.readycapital.com. It's not www. It's ppp.readycapital.com. And you can go there and you can go right to it's very clear on how to get to that application. And this is the application for the payroll protection. This is where you can get up to 2.5 times your payroll. Then there's another one called Cabbage, spelled with a K, Kabbage, and they're at cabbage.com.
These are online banks.
Yeah, but they are taking applications, and they have a relationship with the SBA.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's no physical location. It's an online bank.
Correct.
Right.
And you can do it all online. Ready Capital says that the application takes less than 5 minutes, and you're done, and it won't affect your credit.
Oh, good.
So take that as, do your research, check the background and all that, and so forth and so on. And if you feel comfortable, hey, there's an avenue to at least get in line.
Well, the
application goes in, and it might go forward.
Well, again, Clark Howard is a big advocate of some of these online banks.
Yeah.
If you peruse his website a little bit, he'll have some information out there on it.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
You might have a way to
Well,
apply online.
For the last week and a half, he's really been hitting all this stuff hard and talking about these various things, et cetera. And like I said, he mentioned the 4 largest, what do you call them, mega monster banks in the U.S.
Yeah.
He didn't name them. You can guess what they are. But he said those if you're banking with one of those 4 major mega monster banks, then boom, you're not getting anything done because they're just stalling across the board.
They're writing their own rules to cover their and
Right.
it may take a while.
And that
Before
was
they even take a nap.
And his point was, hey, after the 4 monster mega banks took all the bailout money during the last financial crisis, free of charge and all this kind of stuff, boom, here they turn around and they're just treating everybody else like crap.
When it comes to helping everybody else,
right,
there is no help.
They're doing zip. So
what good is all this legislation if you cannot get the help to you?
Well, I think, that goes back to that guy a couple of weeks ago that was talking, I can't remember, I think he was talking to Chris Plant, and he said, hey, the mechanism is there. It's the interruption insurance, process. And
right.
He said, hey, if they'd have just said, hey, insurance companies, we'll as the Congress, the country will backstop you for anybody who applies for this interruption insurance.
Or business interruption.
And it would have been there, and the process is there. You mentioned it. You have it.
Yep.
You know what the process is. You've tried to use it several times, and the process would have been there. All they would have had to say is, hey, for the pandemic purposes, you will process these claims.
Yeah.
And it would have been there. It would have been done, and you'd have had money by now.
Well, here's the thing, that business interruption's there for things that happen that interrupts your business.
Right.
Such as, if my tower out there collapsed, I got a problem.
Some other people have problems, too.
Yeah. But suppose, we'd be having a long talk with the engineer that approved everything.
Right, yeah. Well.
But
yeah, it's
an AT&T engineer.
It's there, but that insurance does not cover pandemics, et cetera. But all they had to do was, as the Congress often does, is just arbitrarily make something up and change that rule, and say, hey, insurance companies, you will process these loans, we will backstop them, with this bailout money, this $1 trillion they just passed, et cetera, and you'd already had it done. You'd have had it done a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But no, they're not that smart, I guess.
Well, they...
they're going to make you deal with a bank that doesn't want to help you.
Yeah. Because you can't, if you're dealing, say, with Bank A, you can't go to Bank B.
Right.
because they won't even talk to you.
And that was another point from Clark Howard. You have to have a business relationship in place with the bank that you're applying to, so you can't just change and go to a different.
Well, I think I got a business relationship with my bank since they got the first lien on my property.
Right. Yeah, but they still don't want to help you. That's different. That's a different story.
Well, I don't want to say they don't want to help. They just are stuck in their own bureaucracy of getting things ready. The government expected them to basically overnight produce the website on their own site that covers everything, and it doesn't happen that quick. Banks are going to have to study it, get their procedures in place to verify that which they think needs to be verified. And then you probably have to have your CPA in it. Well, guess what? Try to get that call returned.
Right.
Because they're only kind of swamped with the very same thing of producing numbers for their clients, because most of them don't produce the numbers until April 15th.
Right. And that's what
this happened back in the 1st of March, and so now they're swamped.
Right.
Because everybody said, I need more numbers. I need my profit loss statement. I need financial statements. Da 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 da. But anyway, you can go, like I said, those two places you can go are Ready Capital, that's ppp.readycapital.com, or you can go to Google and type in Ready Capital, and Cabbage, KABBAGE.com, and you can apply there. So don't say I didn't help you. All right, it is 47 past the hour. Let's lighten things up for a second, try to anyway, with the best of the late night eunuchs doing their show from home.
Oh, dear.
CBS is starting a weekly Sunday movie night showing classic films like Forrest Gump and Titanic. It's perfect if you love those movies but always dreamed of seeing them interrupted by 6 car commercials.
Major League Baseball is planning to play its full season, every game in Arizona. It'll be the first time in baseball's 100 years that players will be as bored as the fans.
Scotland's top medical official resigned on Sunday after she ignored her own advice for people to shelter in place and made 2 consecutive weekend trips to her summer home. Wow, that's crazy. She knew when it was the weekend?
Vets are warning that coronavirus can have negative effect on pets' mental health. They said look out for warning signs, like if your cat suddenly gets into Morrissey.
If suddenly your cat gets into what?
I don't know. I didn't understand it. That's... Yeah.
Well,
Some TV news, CBS is starting...
Like if your cat suddenly gets into Morrissey.
That makes sense.
No, because he sounds like he's in a trash can, and I didn't understand it.
Try it one more time.
It's like if your cat suddenly gets into Morrissey.
Morrissey?
Don't know.
I don't get it.
They need subtitles in there. So, but the Scotland lady that traveled between her home and so, if you have 2 residents, according to the governor's thing here, you can travel in between your 2 residences.
Well, yesterday, Bernie Sanders dropped out of the Democratic presidential race. That will make Joe Biden the assumed nominee for the Democratic Party. I go on Rush's theory on this one. He says that you noticed how when you were going along, there were several candidates in there at the end.
Right.
And all of a sudden, one by one, boom, 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 they drop out.
Right.
And part of that might have been some of the money from the DNC stopped coming.
Right.
Because they told them, we're not going to waste you on this year. We want you to run a different year. And let Joe Biden have it, so he was crowned the one to get it. Because, not that they think Joe Biden can win. They think he'll do the least damage to the down ballot.
Right, yeah. Yeah, he said that for several weeks now, if not longer. And, that may be true, but, Joe Dementia is going to depress the turnout. That's really what's going to happen. And I think, from what I'm reading, you have the Joe Biden boys, or whatever they call them. What do they call them? Bernie Bros? Is that it? Bernie Bros. Yeah. Bernie. Well, I can't say that. Well, at any rate, yeah, they're supposedly not going to support it, and they're not going to vote for Biden. So how does that help the down ballot?
Well, Bernie Sanders, like I said, dropped out of the presidential race yesterday as usual. Bernie had something to say about it.
Yeah.
Oh. Anthony works polling voters for me, doing it all for just pennies. I've been wanting this job since 2016, spending all of my pennies, working too hard to give you heart attack. I ought to know by now. Who the hell needs just a pat on the back? Is that all I get for my money? It seems such a waste of time. Is this what it's all about? Brother, if Biden's moving in, I'm moving out. Moving out.
Well, that will be Bernie's last run for the presidency.
Yeah, Bernie's done. But, you know, I tell you, the Bernie bros there have said they were going to burn down the convention there. Where is it going to be? In Wisconsin somewhere, in Tick Bite, Wisconsin. And, you know, I just got to laugh at that because, yeah, here's all these black-clad knuckleheads think they're going to run rampant. And, you know, the old DNC is going to have some Union boys out there. So I'm waiting for that.
Well, right now the networks are struggling to fill primetime with shows that will get high ratings from the now captive stay-at-home television audience looking for a distraction. Many have had to tweak their show formats, you know, for the social distancing and everything. Here's a good example.
It's Dancing with the Social Distancing Stars. Join us for a new season of D-list celebrities dancing alone at home.
Hey, this is Pat Sajak. I'm doing the Mamba.
You vote at home to decide who gets eliminated. And speaking of eliminations, this format eliminates celebs from having physical contact with sweaty Ukrainian dancers in skimpy outfits. So unlike other seasons, none of the men will leave their wives for their dancing partner. But even with the sexual tension removed, there'll still be a lot of eye candy for all men and women watching. Dancing with the Social Distancing Stars. Coming soon to ABC.
That's another show I have never watched the first episode of.
Well, I watched it. I used to watch it. It was a lot better than it is now.
I'll take your word for it.
So I'll quit watching
it. I think in that case I would rather hit my thumb with a hammer a couple of times than watch that.
Well, I have things that I'd rather take a beating than watch. This is not the first time Americans have faced infectious diseases, and like the other times, will be this one too. You probably heard they're recruiting all of the best scientists to find a cure and a vaccine. Just listen to this.
Modern Science Today. At this 3.2 milliliters.
Excuse me, doctor.
Oh, hey, I have good news.
Stop what you're doing. You've got to come with me now.
What?
We need your help on a worldwide emergency.
No, I'm just on the brink of a cure for gonorrhea.
But we need you working on a vaccine for COVID-19.
What about my notes?
There's no time. Let's go.
Don't lose those notes.
Hurry, doctor.
Keep track of that beaker.
And that is Modern Science Today.
Yeah, there you go. So, I'm just reading the various websites. There are so many different lines of, cures and treatments, et cetera, going now that if you got it, I don't know which one you'd want to take.
Yeah, and the mortality rate will be dropping, I would think.
Yeah.
As we progress over the weeks.
Well, besides the ones that have been making the big news, like chloroquine, there's some HIV-related drug. There's, taking platelets, et cetera, from people who have had the disease and recovered, et cetera.
Antibodies in the plasma.
There's just all kinds of stuff going on, so I don't know. And apparently they've been trying them, and a lot of them have been working.
Yeah. Well, in most cases, you would think if you have the virus and they put antibodies in you, probably got a chance of beating it.
Yeah, I was just reading one here this morning. Somebody got some plasma from somebody that had it, and apparently has had some positive effects. So,
Have you seen the meme of if the year 2020 was a playground slide? Well, no worries. We brought it to life in our latest radio meme.
Here's another radio meme. If the year 2020 was a kid's playground slide, it would sound like this.
When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide. When I stop and I turn, I can do it right. Till I get to the bottom, and I see you again. Together.
That's another radio meme.
Somebody actually recorded that crap.
I guess. Wasn't me.
Easter's known for bunnies, chocolate, and ham? Really? Seriously? How did ham become such a big Easter thing?
Easter Sunday's coming up, and that means delicious baked and glazed ham. Yes, sir. It's an Easter tradition everyone loves.
Really? Never been a fan.
At Hampshire Farms, we slow roast our spiral cut ham, then cover it with a syrupy sweet glaze, so a piece of meat that has to be cured to have any taste at all will become a little more edible.
More ham for you there, honey?
I'm fine.
Ham isn't even America's favorite luncheon meat. Ranked after roast beef, pastrami, salami, turkey, bologna, heck, even pimento and olive loaf are loved by more Americans than ham.
I'm craving me some ham.
Really? People do that?
Hampshire Farms spiral cut glazed ham. Go ahead, eat it. It only happens once a year.
And even though he's super busy this week, the Easter Bunny found some time for Twitter. Here are the top tweets by the Easter Bunny.
Even though he's super busy this week, the Easter Bunny found some time for Twitter. Here are the top tweets by the Easter Bunny.
Number 1, I carry a human foot for good luck. Hashtag fun fact. Number 2, wife walked in on me with a tooth fairy. Sigh. Looks like I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. Number 3, Chris Christie's Stairmaster, Matthew McConaughey's shirt closet, Nick Nolte's shower. Hashtag great spots to hide eggs. Number 4, at Energizer Bunny, slow down, you're making me look bad. At Trix Rabbit, your manic tantrums are annoying. And number 5, Christmas, Santa, thousands of elves, 8 reindeer, Mrs. Claus. Easter, just me, baby, just me. Oh, and by the way, cut the Peter Cottontail music. That's a different guy. I'm the Easter Bunny, he's Peter Cottontail. Way to go, bunny racist.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Police have started using drones for speakers to yell at people who aren't following the social distancing guidelines.
Yeah, I saw this.
There's one cop in Daytona Beach.
This is the Daytona Beach Police Department. We apologize for the inconvenience, but due to COVID-19, this park is currently closed. You are in violation of the curfew. Please return home immediately.
Yeah,
That'll scare them to death, won't it?
Right, yeah. Well, it's just, but you got these things, have cameras. They've been a problem since the word go.
All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, here comes all your latest news, sports, and weather, and we'll be back on the backside of it.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Watching a few areas of thunderstorm activity pushing from west to east. Luckily, this will push out by the mid-morning, and we'll have a drier afternoon. Mostly sunny sky. Highs back in the upper 70s, low 80s for today. It'll be breezy and windy at times this afternoon. Mostly clear back in the low to upper 40s for Friday morning. Friday afternoon, we'll see a mostly sunny sky. Breezy still. Highs in the upper 50s and low 60s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The White House reporting progress in the fight against the coronavirus.
Efforts to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 across the U.S. are working.
The numbers are changing, and they're changing rapidly.
That was President Trump's assessment at Wednesday evening's White House task force briefing. But the crisis is far from over. Vice President Mike Pence noted a new hotspot has emerged.
Our message to the people of the Philadelphia area is now more than ever. Practice the social distancing.
Mike Gracia, Washington.
The latest snapshot of the job market due out this morning. The government to release its weekly employment report as the virus pandemic continues to ravage the job market. The federal stockpile of crucial medical supplies is running low, according to the Department of Health and Human Services.
The U.S. Health Department says 90% of the personal protective equipment that was in the federal stockpile has been distributed to state and local governments. 10% is being kept in reserve for federal response efforts. The administration has awarded ventilator contracts worth more than $1 billion to General Motors and the Dutch company Philips. President Trump.
This will help to ensure that our country can permanently produce enough ventilators in the future that we can do them by ourselves. We're going to have a big stockpile.
Jackie Quinn, Washington.
A crew member on the Navy hospital ship Mercy has tested positive for the coronavirus. A vessel currently docked in Los Angeles treating non-COVID-19 patients. Earlier in the week, there was a positive result aboard the Navy hospital ship Comfort, which is currently docked in New York. Britain's Treasury chief says Prime Minister Boris Johnson's condition is improving in the intensive care units of a London hospital where Johnson is battling the coronavirus. On Wall Street, Dow futures down 55 points, NASDAQ futures off 35. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-880-7474. That's 1-800-880-7474. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-880-7474.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Police wearing protective gear have boarded a cruise ship, seizing evidence and questioning crew members of the vessel linked to hundreds of coronavirus infections and 15 deaths across Australia.
Police wearing protective suits and masks boarded the cruise ship to gather evidence as part of the criminal investigation into why passengers were allowed to disembark in the Sydney harbour last month. The investigators will look into discrepancies in the information provided by the ship's operator, Carnival Australia, and whether the company downplayed the number of potential cases of COVID-19 on board. The government of New South Wales has come under mounting criticism for allowing people off the ship.
The BBC's Shaina Halil in Sydney. After being quarantined for a month, the U.S.-Russian crew is blasted off for the International Space Station. Space officials took extra precautions to protect the crew during the coronavirus outbreak. News and analysis at townhall.com. She was a central figure in the Clinton-Lewinsky affair of the late 90s.
Linda Tripp, the career civil servant who ignited the impeachment of President Bill Clinton by tape recording then-intern Monica Lewinsky, has died. She was 70. Tripp was working in the Pentagon when she befriended Lewinsky, the former White House intern who was having an affair with the president. In 1997, she made 22 hours of surreptitious recordings of Lewinsky speaking about the affair, then handed them over to the special prosecutor, Ken Starr. In a podcast in 2018, Tripp said that she hoped at the time that taping Lewinsky would ultimately benefit her. She also remained adamant that Clinton's misbehavior with a 22-year-old intern deserved to be exposed. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
The number of Americans getting on airplanes has sunk to a level not seen in more than 60 years. The Transportation Security Administration screened fewer than 100,000 people on Tuesday. That was a drop of 95% from 1 year ago. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Good morning, First Casualty Insurance. This is Jared.
Jared, I just rear-ended a brand new Lexus. The guy really looks mad, and I'm sitting in my car with my windows rolled up. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Wanda, now stay calm. Is anyone injured? Have you called the police?
They just arrived. Oh, Jared, am I in big trouble?
Wanda, you're not in trouble. The officer will need to get some info from you and the other driver. You should go ahead and get out of the car and speak with them.
Okay, if I have to.
When you are finished with the police, give me a call back and I will help you file a claim so that your car and the other person's car can be repaired as quickly as possible.
Oh, thank you, Jared. You've made me feel so much better. I love First Casualty Insurance.
We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies. Call us anytime you have an insurance question. We want to be your insurance people. 910-692-8303. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
Whether it's fleet maintenance, auto body and collision repair, or scheduled maintenance, Aberdeen Speed Shop can do all of your repairs. You have a choice. All we ask is you come in and meet us and see what we do. We invite you to browse our shop and see the different stages of premium restorations we do for Sandhills classic car owners. The care we put into those restorations and the corresponding trust those owners put in us is also reflected in our Speed Shop maintenance. Reputation is everything in this business, and it starts with getting comfortable with your car doctor. So stop by for an introduction or just to talk cars, or visit us on our Facebook page. Aberdeen Speed Shop, Highway 211 in Aberdeen. Google us or give us a call for directions, 365-9974. That's 365-9974. Once again, 365-9974. Aberdeen Speed Shop. Let's roll.
For more than 100 years, Pines Funerals has been there for Moore County families when they needed us most. We continue to build on tradition of trust by serving all your funeral and memorial needs from any of our convenient locations. Nestled in 15 acres of wooded landscape along Morganton Road, Pine Lawn Memorial Park offers memorial gardens, mausoleums, a chapel, and a beautiful brand new funeral and cremation center slated for completion in 2020. For free, pre-planning information, or to schedule a tour, call Pines Funerals at 910-947-2224 or visit pinesfunerals.com today.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. State officials are putting more rules in place to deal with COVID-19 in the long-term care facilities, as a number of such locations are now dealing with outbreaks of the virus. Governor Roy Cooper says there is a hot spot at a skilled nursing home in Orange County.
We're tracking these outbreaks closely because we know that by nature they can be hard to control. As our concern has grown about long-term care facilities,
people should start looking for their $1,200 coronavirus payments from the U.S. government as early as tomorrow. North Carolina U.S. Senator Tom Tillis also says that scam artists are trying to tell people they need to do something to get the check.
Please spread the word that if anybody tells you that they can help you get the check sooner, that is a scam artist. Report them to the police immediately.
We are set for another look at how badly the virus has hit the economy when we get the new jobless benefit claims data this morning. Economist Joel Neroff.
New claims for unemployment insurance should remain extremely high, though we may not match the levels we've seen over the past couple of weeks. States are still clamping down. They're beginning to catch up on the backlogs, but people are still being laid off. It may take several weeks before we get down to more reasonable levels.
A Russian Soyuz spacecraft carrying NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy along with 2 cosmonauts took off today. Bill Harwood is a space analyst for CBS.
The Soyuz spacecraft was launched from Kazakhstan with 2 cosmonauts and NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy on board. It was a little bit unusual because it didn't have any of the fanfare we normally expect with a Russian launch. Coronavirus travel restrictions prevented friends and family members from attending, but the launch itself went off without a hitch, and the crew reached orbit safely about 8 minutes and 45 seconds after liftoff.
Durham police say that they have issued an Amber Alert for 2-year-old Jeremy Rivas Munoz. He's 2 years old. You're listening to NCN News.
From fuel to battery power, steel has been defining the future of outdoor power equipment for over 90 years. With hard-working trimmers, hedge trimmers, chainsaws, and more, Steel products deliver the power professionals need to conquer their workday. And with fleet discounts for qualifying customers, Steel delivers savings too. Steel is not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot, always at a local Steel dealer. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Ready, set, fish. On May 2nd in Morehead City, anglers of all ages will cast their lines for a great cause in the 12th annual Reelin' for Research Fishing Tournament, benefiting UNC Children's Hospital and Childhood Cancer Research. Reelin' for Research has raised more than $3.6 million to date, and they're setting the bar high for 2020. There are plenty of offshore and inshore activities that help their mission, so the whole family can join. To learn more about Reelin' for Research or to donate, please visit reelinforresearch.org.
Though over 14,000 Americans have died from the coronavirus, officials say social distancing has been working to slow the spread. Still, there is an urgent need for more medical equipment at hospitals. CBS's Gwen Bumgardner has more.
The CDC is out with new guidelines to help keep essential workers on the job, even if they've been exposed to COVID-19.
Take their temperature before they go to work, wear a face mask at all times, and practice social distancing.
Previous recommendations suggested self-isolating for 14 days.
Everybody they're going stir crazy.
The changes come as President Trump looks for ways to reopen the country.
It would be nice to be able to open with a big bang and open up our country.
Gwen Baumgardner, CBS News.
6 people have filed a federal lawsuit against a North Carolina coastal county. Gail Hurd has that.
The lawsuit contends a plaintiff should be able to prepare their rental properties in Dare County for the spring and summer season. Dare County closed its borders to visitors and non-resident property owners 3 weeks ago in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. It's intended to limit the number of people on a narrow barrier island. The plaintiffs come from Virginia, South Carolina, and Maryland.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders ended his presidential campaign on Wednesday. CBS News campaign reporter Kara Cordy is following.
Senator Bernie Sanders ended his campaign for president. Today I am announcing the suspension of active campaigning and congratulate Joe Biden, a very decent man, on his victory, he said while addressing supporters from his Burlington, Vermont home via live stream. Sanders said, "If I believed we had a feasible path to nomination, I would certainly continue the campaign, but it's not there."
2 drivers were killed early this morning in a fiery crash on Interstate 40 East near Gardner in Wake County. A witness says the driver of a pickup truck crossed over the median into the eastbound lanes, hitting a garbage truck head-on. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. We're starting off our Thursday morning with a few showers and storms. These are weakening, though, as they push from west to east. We'll see them move out this morning. Expect a drier afternoon, mostly sunny sky, but windy conditions. Highs in the upper 70s and low 80s for today. Tonight, mostly clear sky, back in the low to upper 40s to start for Friday morning. Friday afternoon, mostly sunny sky, breezy conditions, temperatures much cooler. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we have some showers and a few thunderstorms. 57 degrees, humidity 96%, dew point 56, pressure 2964, and winds northwest at 5, visibility 10 statute miles. It is 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news. For this Thursday morning, Moore County Health Department, Wednesday, said 31 people at Pinecrest Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center have tested positive for the COVID-19, which more than doubles the cases for Moore County. This brings the cases for the county up to 51, with 2 deaths. On Monday, April 6th, and Tuesday, April 7th, the Moore County Health Department worked in conjunction with First Health Moore Regional Hospital to have all the Pinehurst Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center's residents and employees tested for coronavirus. This was done in cooperation with the Rehabilitation Center after a positive COVID-19 case was linked to the facility over the weekend. Now a number of those test results have come back as confirmed positives for COVID-19. If the entire resident population of 96, 26 tests results have been returned positive. In addition to the 26 positive residents tests, out of a staff of 115, 5 staff members have also tested positive. These are preliminary numbers. Not all results for the residents and staff have been received at the time of this release. Once those results are received, Moore County Health Department will provide an update. All test results received are shared with the affected residents and their families to protect their privacy. No further information about the individuals who have tested positive will be shared by the health department. The facility is located on Blake Boulevard. It's managed by Liberty Healthcare and Rehabilitation Services out of Wilmington. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel, and you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for all the information. It is 8:15. It's time for sports. Right now, here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. First-year head coach Matt Rule said yesterday that Teddy Bridgewater's familiarity with the team's offensive scheme made him the right fit at quarterback for the Panthers and ultimately led to Cam Newton's release. Bridgewater spent the 2018 season working under new Panthers offensive coordinator Joe Brady with the Saints, and the two developed close player-coach relationship. So we'll see how that develops, when it develops, if the season starts on time. The NHL season on hold, but the Central Scouting for the league has released its rankings of draft prospects.
The National Hockey League has finalized its rankings of prospects for the 2020 draft, if and when it is held. Quebec native Alexis Lafreniere, a left wing, ranks number 1 among North American skaters. A pair of his Team Canada gold medal winning teammates from the 2020 World Junior Championships follow: center Quentin Byfield of the Sudbury Wolves and defenseman Jamie Drysdale of the Erie Otters. Another defenseman, Jake Sanderson, son of former left wing Jeff Sanderson, was rated 4th. Germany's Tim Stützle and Sweden's Alexander Holtz, a pair of wingers, top the rankings of international skaters. I'm Tom Merriam.
And as many rounds as any draft would have, especially the NHL, really the only top 10 really matter. NC State has accepted a recommendation for the NCAA case involving recruiting violations tied to the former one-and-done star Dennis Smith Jr. to go through the new independent investigation process that's been created for complex cases like this one. Chancellor Randy Woodson raised concerns in a statement whether the school can receive an objective or fair hearing with the infractions committee that typically handles cases. Woodson says the independent accountability resolution process is the only remaining option. That process includes independent investigators and decision makers with no direct ties to member schools. A committee must review referral requests before accepting a case into that system. This is NCN Sports.
2020, another big year for North Carolina politics. Republicans and Democrats battling for the state's electoral votes, competing for the governor's mansion, control of the General Assembly, the top job in the state Supreme Court. Carolina Journal covers all the action. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
All right, everyone. It's a hard-hat game out there, but we're the North Carolina Cranes. And this is our shipyard. We support more than 87,000 jobs in North Carolina. And last year, we put up $15.4 billion to the state's economy.
That's 9 zeros, Coach.
It sure is. So let's get back out there and move that cargo.
At North Carolina Ports, we play hard for our state's economy. Now that's something to cheer about. Check out our season highlights at nccranes.com.
Tiger Woods and his caddy are being sued by a fan.
On the week that Tiger Woods was supposed to defend his Masters title, instead comes word that he and his caddy Joe LaCava are being sued from an incident at the Valspar Championship 2 years ago. Brian Barruso was a fan at that tournament and is alleging that LaCava shoved him as he was trying to take a selfie with Woods. Barruso claims he suffered physical wounds, losing his ability to earn income, and has had ongoing health problems. Barruso is seeking $30,000 in damages. Woods and LaCava are named in the lawsuit. I'm David Schuster.
Former EC running back and ex-NFLer Chris Johnson is accused of funding a murder-for-hire shooting that left 2 men dead in 2016. This according to an exclusive court document obtained by TMZ Sports. He's not been formally charged, and he adamantly denies the allegations. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Aberdeen Prescription Shop is one of the best independent pharmacies. Despite the chain stores, customers prefer Aberdeen Prescription Shop for its personal service, drive-through window, and free delivery. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com or call 944-1313, 944-1313, or visit the Town and Country Shopping Center on US 1. Aberdeen Prescription Shop.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford. With all that's going on out there right now, we just wanted everybody to know that we are and will always be dedicated to supporting the community in time of need. If you need your vehicle service, we'll provide free scheduled pickup and delivery. And if you're in the market for a new car, we'll come to you so you don't have to come to us. Right now, during this time of uncertainty, Ford is stepping up and offering 0% for 84 months on most 2019 models, or you can choose no payments for up to 6 months on both 2019 and 2020 models. These programs and incentives are unprecedented. If you're in the market for that new Ford or new-to-you vehicle, now's a great time to buy. We have lots of inventory and great selections to choose from. As a locally owned business owner, I hope that everyone would support their local businesses during this time. It's so important that all of us do our best to stay healthy, and when we can, support the local folks that depend on this community to support them. So please give us a call at 910-947-2244 or visit us on the web at cooperford.net. As always, working really hard to be your hometown dealer. Thank you.
Neck, shoulder, or back pain can be downright debilitating. If you have those issues, you already know that, and you don't need me to tell you about the opioid crisis. There's another, better way. I'm talking about chiropractic, a healing art that's also science. Dr. Sharon Wright of Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes invites you to come in for a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish, forsaking all others?
I do.
I do.
And now, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you roommates. Go forth and...
That's not the vow you took. But if struggles with CPAP have you and your spouse sleeping in separate rooms, growing apart, and feeling more like roommates than loving partners, it might be time to look into Inspire. Inspire is the only FDA-approved sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with just the click of a remote. That's right, just a button. There is no mask or hose and no need to sleep in separate rooms. If you are struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Keeping the interior surfaces of your car clean has never been more important. So how do you sanitize your interior safely? Hey, it's Anthony from Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop with a pro detailer's tip. Logically, bleach, ammonia, Clorox wipes, or Lysol would be the best products to use inside your vehicle to clean and sanitize, right? However, these products are most often too harsh for the delicate surfaces of today's vehicles. So what can you use? Use a simple soap and water solution to clean the interior surfaces first. While it won't kill germs, it'll remove dirt, grime, and contaminants sitting on the surface. Afterward, you can use a 70% isopropyl alcohol solution sprayed on a microfiber towel, not directly on the surface, to wipe down the vehicle hot spots like your steering wheel, radio buttons, door handles, etc. A 70% isopropyl alcohol mix ensures maximum effectiveness of the sanitizing wipe down. As with any product you're going to use on your car, always be sure to test this on an inconspicuous spot to ensure color fastness and effectiveness in your own vehicle. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call Champion Car Wash and Detail Shop, 692-5060.
Looking for something delicious for lunch, dinner, or an upcoming event? Then head on over to Jaya's Indian Cuisine Takeout and Food Truck in Southern Pines. Specializing in takeout, catering, and food truck vending, their menu offers classic Northern and Southern Indian appetizers and entrees. Their menu changes daily, so check their Facebook and Instagram page for daily menu and truck locations. They deliver anywhere right now, so you can call them at 910-725-0875. That's 910-725-0875.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. There is what I consider to be a very disturbing story in the news right now. I think everyone should be disturbed by it. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has decided that he, Andrew Cuomo, will allow every single New York voter to cast an absentee ballot in the June 23rd election. His reasoning is it's dangerous to vote because of the virus. He says he'll issue an executive order allowing any voter to obtain and cast a ballot in the upcoming primary without, quote,
meeting the legal requirements. I know he's going to get away with this. For one thing, it's New York. For another, we have a way in this nation of dismissing this type of thing. If we get upset, it lasts maybe 15 minutes, then we're done. This is a Democrat primary. I couldn't care less who the Democrats elect, but I do care about the huge responsibility of allowing an election to be fair and honest in this great nation. Lawmakers, like them or not, went to a great deal of trouble to outline all the rules and regulations considered in voting. There are rooms full of regulations, and there are countless agencies to try to prevent cheating, and still it occurs. And now we have a man, yep, he's just a man, unilaterally deciding he will decree that anyone may vote by mailing in a ballot. It's exactly the kind of thing we should worry about when we're so quick to allow our civil liberties and government to take over. I hope everyone is upset by this and has a good day. From the Zoom Wall Zone.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Watching a few areas of thunderstorm activity pushing from west to east. Luckily, this will push out by the mid-morning, and we'll have a drier afternoon. Mostly sunny sky. Highs back in the upper 70s, low 80s for today. It'll be breezy and windy at times this afternoon. Mostly clear back in the low to upper 40s for Friday morning. Friday afternoon, we'll see a mostly sunny sky. Breezy still. Highs in the upper 50s and low 60s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Look, there's a pony.
Oh, is that a pony?
Wrong.
It's a little unicorn. Unicorn!
It's not just a unicorn.
It's National Unicorn Day.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I'm here to meet, touch, and or become a unicorn.
Whatever gets you out of bed in the morning. Happy National Unicorn Day.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the failing pilot refers to you. Hey, people, be careful out there. There's some thunder showers. It's looking a little dim, much like a Democrat's personality. So, take it easy. You might want to stay in this morning.
Yeah, a Democrat would say stay in another 18 months.
Well, yeah, they're hiding in the closet with the blanket over their heads.
Yeah, with their guaranteed check.
Yeah.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world right now as we speak on our live video stream. That's available to you at Talk 97.3 FM. Talk 90, the website's talk973.com. Man, don't even know my own website. Anyway, go there and it's on the top middle of the page is where that link's located. If you're on a mobile device, you need YouTube. Fire that up and put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. If you're on your mobile device just needing an audio stream, well, you can get to that by putting up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, and Streamer, and put WEEB into the search. If you're on our website at talk973.com, you can just click that icon in the upper right-hand corner of every web page where the icon says On the Air, Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. And you can join the 137,000 people online with us already this morning, which includes Bolingbrook, Illinois, Conyers, Georgia, Arlington Heights, Illinois, Norcross, Georgia, let's see, Brighton, Ontario, Canada, Switzerland's online this morning, Morristown, Tennessee, just to name a few. Anyway, weather for us today here in the Sandhills area, it's going to be, after these showers move out, which will be before 9 o'clock, We'll head for partly cloudy skies and a high of 84 today. Then tonight, mostly clear, low of 50. Tomorrow, more seasonable temperatures, actually probably a little below normal. Mostly sunny with a high of 60. Now, I'll like that a lot. You probably won't.
No, it's fine. I'm good anywhere between 90 and 30.
I'm good between 50 and 65.
Okay.
If it's sunny. If it's not sunny, I need a little higher.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Friday mostly sunny, high of 60. Clear Friday night, 39. Saturday, sunny and 66. Rain moves back in on Sunday. It's going to rain. Mostly cloudy with a high of 68. It'll rain again Sunday night, a low of 61. Monday, it will rain, especially in the morning. Partly cloudy with a high of 79. Tuesday, partly cloudy, 72. Wednesday, partly cloudy, and 65. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are northwest at 5, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure 2964, dew point 56, humidity 96%. We got some showers and a few thunderstorms in the area. And it's 57 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, it is 8:31 past the hour. Last hour we did all the coronavirus stuff, I think. But anyway, there's a viral video of a guy trying to escape the flooding that he just caused in a motel room. Yeah, leave it to the tenants to beat it up.
Yeah.
He climbs up the railing and jumps onto a parked car, and he hits it so hard that he leaves dents in the roof and the hood, plus a cracked windshield. The video was shot and narrated by some guy who happened to be in the parking lot when it happened. And you can tell the girl whose car it was is not happy.
I imagine not.
Here's that audio bite.
Whoa, what you doing, folks?
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing to rip the plumbing out to cause that.
I don't know, but that's, water is not, yeah, okay. Fire, I'd understand, you go for it, but water, no. Just calmly walk out.
Yeah. And why is he jumping? Not like he's on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just it's water. You're going to
Must
get
be
your feet
some
wet.
good drugs, man.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that blunt went down real good, man.
Well, no, it's probably something else, because if he was smoking dope, he'd probably still be sitting there.
Apparently, a lot of people didn't really understand their significant other's job until they started working from home. 46% of people in a new poll said they basically just knew they worked at an office and had a lot of meetings. Here's the classic scene from Friends where they try to remember what Chandler does for a living.
What is Chandler Bing's job?
Oh, gosh! This has something to do with numbers and processing. Well, yeah, and he carries a briefcase.
10 seconds. You need this or you lose the game.
It has something to do with transponding. Oh, he's a transponster! That's not even a word!
All the fake laughing there. Ah!
There was a reason I didn't tune into that show, too.
Yeah, I couldn't dumb down enough. Could you?
No, not quite.
While everyone's locked down at home, marijuana use has hit an all-time high. 33% of Americans now say they've tried pot before, and almost 13% have done it in the past month.
What was the 30%?
Yeah.
Have tried it?
33%.
33? Oh, okay. That's pretty low. I thought it would have been more.
It's probably a lot higher if they told the truth.
Yeah.
Here's Mr. Mackey from South Park. His comments about marijuana.
Marijuana's bad. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but they don't think so in Colorado. Mm-hmm. And they're having their problems with it.
All right, Colonel, it's time to guess that sound.
Oh, dear.
I'll give you three answers here. It'll either be two walruses taking turns whistling, or B, two seniors taking turns trying to out-whistle each other, or C, two kids take turns blowing a train whistle, a miniature train whistle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's your sound.
It's not two seniors. It's either train whistle or the walruses. I heard an echo in there. It must be outside in the forest or on the beach. So it's two walruses.
Ding, you're right. You've never gotten one of those wrong. And folks, I don't tell them up front. Huh?
I think I have gotten them wrong.
No, you've gotten all these right. I think you got one wrong.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. A doctor in Kentucky got arrested after choking a teen girl for not social distancing. A viral video picked up in the middle of an argument between the doctor and a group of teens. He calls one of the girls an a-hole before lunging to grab the other girl around the throat. Here's the altercation.
Yes? Okay. Yeah, we're leaving. Please, let's not cuss at each other.
What you want?
No, I'm not calling you anything, sir. Just don't talk to us with
This right here.
Hey, don't touch. Hey, do not touch. Hey, God! You do not touch. No. Do not touch me. You give me my hey! Get away from her!
The doctor choked the girl.
Yeah.
He approached them because they weren't doing the social distancing.
He was probably thinking, I'm saving your life. You will listen to me.
Yeah,
because I'm a doctor.
Well, I'm thinking he ought to just be on his way and mind his own business.
Yeah. And he broke the man code. There are two man codes. A, you don't ever hit a woman. B, you don't ever grab an underage person.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, same code line, if you ask me. But yeah, hey, there's a group of people. Hey, you should keep your distance. Hey, whatever. If they give you the bird, then just walk on. That's not his job. It's not his business to go break up groups of people.
Just remember me when you're lying in bed sick.
Yeah, and then number two, go over there and grab some girl by the neck.
Yeah.
What a dope.
Some engineers in Maryland are turning breast pumps into ventilators. This is no joke. They're hoping to get the FDA to approve them because they only cost $250 to make. Here's one of the engineers on how it all got started.
Just as a mom, I've spent a lot of time with those devices. This is the primary compressor unit that's driving that section. And as you can see, it's got an inlet and an outlet. So we just moved the tubing from one to the other. That was the starting point.
I'm just wondering if a pump that costs less than $250 can be used long term like that.
I don't know, but
you can't have a failure situation.
People are coming up with all kinds of things. There's a guy on the news here a week or so ago that was laser printing or that 3D printing process and coming up with a pump, a ventilator. And you know what? You got your Black & Decker wet dry vac. Yeah, just push that tube in the other side, and there, you got air.
There you go. But it's got to stop and let you exhale.
Well, it's got a button on it. It's turn it off and on.
Better hope you don't get thumb fatigue. Yesterday, Dr. Fauci did a question and answer with the Journal of American Medical Association, talked about the future of shaking hands.
Yeah. People ask me, things that never going to change. I think the idea of simple things that we didn't take seriously before, constant hand washing. When people have fevers, keep them out of places where they can spread. Do not send a sick child to school. Do not send a sick worker into the workplace. Don't anybody ever shake hands again. I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's the way it's really got to be until we get to a point where we know that the population is protected.
He's starting to sound like Bernie. Well, you know, in one sense, he's right. You know, I remember growing up, and you'd have the cold and flu season, and you'd be sitting there in classroom, second, third, fourth grade or whatever, and there's kids coughing and hacking and sniffling and stuff, and yeah, they shouldn't have been going to school. You know, so they should have kept them home. But you know, and then everybody ended up getting it. The teacher gets it and brings it home. It's nasty.
Well, also during the question and answer yesterday, Dr. Fauci said there's a reasonable assumption that those that have and recover from the COVID-19 now should be immune when it comes back around this fall.
Generally, we know with infections like this that at least for a reasonable period of time, you're going to have antibody levels that'll be protected. So we're making an assumption that this virus is not changing very much. And if we get infected in February and March and recover, that next September, October, that the person who's infected, I believe, is going to be protected. We don't know 100% for sure, but I think that's a reasonable assumption.
Yeah, did you hear him? You're hearing that, Bernie, in there? If you're getting infected in October, you know, you'll recover by whatever. Okay, Bernie.
Let's see. Well, even you remember J-Lo and A-Rod. You know, they went to that gym where nobody else could go to, but they were allowed in to exercise because they're better than you and me. Now the two hypocrites have turned around and done a stay at home PSA.
Hey everyone, we want you to please stay home to stop the spread of COVID-19. You know, we're staying home to protect those on the front lines, the doctors, the nurses, and technicians that are working so hard to save lives at our hospitals.
We're now tagging Jimmy Fallon next to help #stop the spread.
All right, hypocrites, we'll definitely listen to you, won't we?
Yeah. Well, it's the same way, what's the mayor of Chicago? She went and had her hair done or whatever. Not that it does her any good, but, you know. Yeah, they're special.
Yeah, they're above everybody else. Doesn't apply to us. We're doing it.
Yeah.
During yesterday's coronavirus press conference, a New York Post reporter decided to ask President Trump if he'd consider pardoning Joe Exotic from Tiger King.
One of the biggest rating hits has been a show on Netflix called Tiger King. The man who's the star of this is a former zoo owner who's serving a 22-year prison sentence. He's asking you for a pardon, saying he was unfairly convicted. Your son yesterday jokingly said that he was going to advocate for it, and I was wondering if you've seen the show and if you have any thoughts on pardoning Joe Exotic.
Which son? It must be Don. I had a feeling it was Don. I don't know. I know nothing about it. He has 22 years for what? What did he do?
He allegedly hired someone to murder an animal rights activist, but he said that he didn't do that, and he was...
You think he didn't do it? Are you on his side? Are you recommending a pardon?
No, I'm not advocating anything.
As a reporter, you're not allowed to do that. You'd be criticized by these. Would you recommend a pardon? I don't think you would. Go ahead. You have a question? I'll take a look.
Yeah, what a jerk. I mean, I tell you, if Trump knew all about it and said he was thinking about it, I'd have to wonder about what in the hell he's doing all day.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, for crying out loud. He's got time to sit there and watch some crap like that.
The series finale of Modern Family aired last night. And the creators are already saying there might be a spinoff about Mitch and Cam and their new life. In case you're a fan of the show and you missed it.
I did. All of it.
Here's the last 28 seconds of the series.
Life is full of change. Some big, some small. I learned a long time ago you can fight it, or you can try to make the best of it. And that's all a lot easier if you've got people who love you helping you face whatever life throws at you. At least that's what helps me sleep at night.
Okay. So at least you can say you heard it.
I have. I've heard it.
Let's lighten things up a little bit. We've got enough stupid out there in the world. There's this comedian Bill Engvall,
yes.
Engvall, on people who deserve a stupid sign.
I took my family to the Winter Olympics 2 years ago. We rent a car at the Salt Lake City airport. I get one with a ski rack because we're going to do some skiing. So I'm putting our skis up in the rack. The guy renting the car right next to me goes, "You going skiing?" I said, "Nope, we put him on top of the car in case we flip over on an icy road." Here's your sign. I was in the park flying a kite with my kids. The guy walked right up next to me and goes, "Y'all flying a kite?" "Nope, fishing for birds." Here's your sign. I was in an office building the other day. I'm standing on the bottom floor in front of the elevators. I've pushed the button. A woman walks up to me and goes, "Are these the elevators that go up?" I said, "No, these are the ones that go side to side. The ones that go up are down the hall." She walked away. Here's your sign. We got a buddy who's in the Navy, and we were going to see him off on his tour, and we were walking down by the shipyard where he's waiting to get his cruise ship, and he's in full Navy gear. And this lady walks up and she goes, "Are you in the Navy?" And God bless him, without missing a beat, he goes, "No, ma'am, the village people are missing a singer. I'm just filling in for the night." Here's your sign. My son plays piano now, and the other day I was watching TV, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, I want to play you a song." I said, "Oh, cool." So we walk in the music room, and he goes, "You might recognize this from Harry Potter." And I said, "Oh, the movie?" He goes, "No, Dad, the book." Here's your sign.
All right.
Classic stuff there. That's stand-up comedy there, not this other garbage they seem to come up with.
Stuff is actually funny.
Well, I'm suppose it's probably not funny to a Democrat because most of them probably have a collection of signs.
Oh, you're discriminating against stupid people.
Yeah, that's right.
You're racist.
And they're standing there with a sign in their hand.
Yeah. Let's see here. Things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. Bernie Sanders suspended his presidential campaign, leaving the Democratic nomination to Joe Biden. It has been pointed out that, the Wisconsin State Supreme Court met by video conference to decide to send the voters to the polls. So the Wisconsin Supreme Court, decided that you couldn't stop the election and wasn't going to be by mail. You'd have to go to the polls.
Yeah,
but they met to make the decision over a video conference.
Right, but
Here's sign.
There's something in the state law in Wisconsin that prevented them from doing that. That was a very narrow kind of decision. And I can't think of what all the who shot John there was, but the state law in Wisconsin does not allow you to do certain things with the elections, unlike other states that are going ahead to do it. So that's why the legislature sued and won, and rightfully so, according to whatever the law says. So, yeah.
And okay, so there's a run on toilet paper. Why? Well, part panic, part need. You see, with everyone being home, the average household is using 40% more toilet paper since they're not using the work supply.
Yeah. Well, if the school board was on top of things, they'd gather up all the toilet paper supply and make it available.
Yeah.
Well,
good luck with that.
Yeah. Get some of our money back from the garbage product they're putting out. So But in that regard, this toilet paper shortage. This is also why the government won't acknowledge that UFOs are real, because then there'd be a run on tinfoil. So you have to be careful with this information that you put out there.
Well, how about a little good news? Last Thursday, Earlham, Iowa residents woke up to a nice surprise. Everyone found $150 worth of gift cards to their local businesses that had been purchased by an anonymous donor. And for the record, a third of the renters in America did not pay their rent last month.
Yeah, I saw that.
A third.
Yep.
Oh, and for the privilege, poor baby, J-Lo says that the coronavirus has affected her wedding plans with A-Rod.
You know, how many times she been married? And it's like 4 or 5 for her.
I don't know.
She's still wearing a white dress and all that.
After 11 years and 250 episodes, Modern Family called it a series last night. And Tylenol, you can add that to the list of things people are panic buying.
Yeah, but be careful with that Tylenol, because that does have some serious side effects if you take too much of it for an extended period of time. So just be careful.
Today's impossible question: what U.S. capitals start with the same letter as its state? There are 4 of them.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if you know capitals. Delaware.
Dover, Delaware.
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Hawaii.
Honolulu, yeah. It would have taken me too long to come up with those. I'd had to run through them all.
Indiana.
Indianapolis, yep, there it is.
And Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is Oklahoma City.
Yeah, very good.
Almost said Omaha. No, I would have had to go. I'm sorry. I would have had to run through alphabetically, and I never would have gotten those anytime soon.
Me either. So. It's easy when I'm looking at it.
Well, when you mention the state, yeah, it's easy enough. But yeah, it's just been too long. If I was still in grade school, I'd probably be able to whip that out. But
from a did you know category, 38% of newlyweds say they miss their own bathroom the most from when they were single.
Yeah, probably.
24% of us haven't used one. 24% of us haven't used a landline this year.
I have not.
That's a hardwired home or business phone for our younger listeners out there.
Yeah.
In the next 3 hours, over 10 million of these will be purchased.
In the next 3 hours?
Yeah.
10 million of these will be purchased. Q-tips, I have no clue.
Pizza.
40%
of American men couldn't tell you this measurement of their significant other.
Well, we're not hat size.
Stay safe. Shoe size. This isn't something done on purpose, but golfers lost their how many balls?
Golfers have lost their
last
balls?
year. Haven't lost their golf balls last year.
It's got to be millions. I don't know.
1.5 billion.
Billion balls. Okay. Well, I guess worldwide, if you're looking at that worldwide. Yeah.
25% of men won't date a woman if she has this.
25% of men won't date women if they have this.
This is something voluntarily done to themselves.
Tattoos. Yeah.
Facial piercings.
Facial piercings. Okay.
According to a retail study, the average person tries on a diamond ring about 14 times before they actually buy it. A survey found that 55% of guys say they keep this in their car. And this being a personal thing.
Personal thing in their car. A comb or a brush.
Cologne.
Yep. Okay. It's close as a grooming kind of thing.
All right, 53 past the hour. Let's do our morning website this morning. Let's see how we can lighten things up for you a little bit.
I should have known that. I think Matt keeps high karate in his glove box.
There was a time that did smell good. That has long passed.
Yeah, about 40 years ago.
Yeah. A graphic novel about the Grateful Dead is in the works. And here's the cool part. After you read it, you can use the pages as rolling papers.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Chelsea Handler posted a tutorial where she turns her bra into a face mask. most shocking part of the video, Chelsea Handler owns a bra.
Yeah, no kidding. And she ought to wrap that around her head and just leave it there. Yeah.
Kristen Stewart turns 30 today. It's such a milestone birthday. She's thinking about trying out a new facial expression. You have to know who she is to know that one.
Yeah.
Former Bears quarterback Jay Cutler was stuck in the Bahamas for quarantine. He filled his day watching his old highlights, which left 23 hours and 59 minutes for reading. A city in New Jersey will use drones to scold people for not social distancing.
Yeah.
As soon as all the known curse words are downloaded into them.
Probably. Yeah, I can see that.
Boris Johnson is said to be improving after being moved to the ICU unit at a London hospital. Sadly, the same can't be said for his hair.
Well, they probably pumped him up with every known, chloroquine and all the rest. So, hopefully he comes out and is okay.
Los Angeles residents now have to wear masks when out in public, not to protect against the coronavirus, but to hide the fact that they haven't been able to get Botox for a month.
Yeah, yep.
Dr. Phil offered some stress relief tips for people anxious about coronavirus. Tip 1, ignore any and all advice from a fake TV doctor.
The key word there is fake TV doctor.
Yeah. Demi Moore is quarantining with Bruce Willis. Nice to see she can bury the hatchet, although she'll dig it up if she's ever near Ashton's junk again. The name of Harry and Meghan's charity will be Archwell, and the name of its recipients will be Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, that's about it. And thank you, President Trump, for denying them a big contingent of police to afford them protection at our expense.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Yeah. Dairy farmers, you don't be part of the royal family, you don't get Secret Service.
Well, not only that, if because the royalty there, the royal house of Windsor has denied them any protection because they quit. So why should we pick it up? Let them pay for their own like everybody else does in this country.
Dairy farmers are dumping thousands of gallons of milk due to low demand. Bernie Sanders said, "That's not what I meant by getting rid of the 1%. And that's your rim shots for today.
Bernie. Yes, we have to collect everyone's money. Not my money, but your money. Yes.
We want to take all your money and spend it on things I like.
Yep. There we go.
Because I'm just a millionaire. Yeah. All right, so it goes for this Thursday and this week. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see. A great, safe Thursday. We'll debate about tomorrow. It's Good Friday. And don't forget to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves. The ones that support WEEB and make it free to you. Please give them first crack at your spending dollars because they are our neighbors, they are our local businesses, and you need to support them. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams of the Leader Man, and Nick and Coke the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at 2 at the Sunday Dog Park.